Okay, look at Broccoli Rob, or what is the guy's name? The dude that
It's
the
definitely
old
not Broccoli
mattress
Rob.
mattress Mac mattress Mac
Yeah, Broccoli Rob
from whatever
from
whatever the
Office.
fuck, yeah, same fucking thing. Uh,
All right. Episode 32 of the Fair Enough podcast. Mike in Chicago, Bob in Detroit. Shaq, DeAndre
Shaq.
Swift.
Yeah. I just had one. Fucking. Oh, Edgerrin
Oh,
James,
Magic.
Magic
A lot of
Johnson. That's the
basketball
biggest
players
one.
were
Yeah.
32. Yeah.
Otto Porter Jr. Shout out.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't he 33? Or no, he's 32.
He's been on 100 different teams, so he's probably been
Yeah.
33, 32, 35, 11. So
Thought he was 33 with Washington for whatever reason.
with the Bulls, I think he was 32. That's why I said
was
that. Yeah.
Dude, I just had
No
somebody
Jack.
else. No. Yeah, there's no Jack here today for everybody
Jack
that's
today.
like, where's Jack? I know everybody's wondering that all the time.
Yeah.
He had some big boy shit to do today in Detroit. Jack just got a job down here, so it will no longer be Jack in Saginaw. It will be Jack in Detroit. He might be sitting right next to me. Who the fuck knows? For at least a couple weeks.
That'd be sick.
Which will make it way easier for him to take notes. So just have to sit there.
Yeah.
No other 32s though. I don't have a hockey 32. I don't know that there's ever been one. Maybe a goalie.
I don't know about that. I think Kevin Lankinen of the Hawks was 32 last year. But that guy sucks dick, and I don't even know if he was 32. He was that bad. I don't even remember his fucking number. So, yeah, I don't know. There's got to be a lot of basketball players at 32. A lot of running backs too, if we really sat down and think about it. That's funny. I love how this has become a thing.
I like it. I kind of like it. It gives you a little bit of because if you hear this and we don't say somebody that was super obvious, you're gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
and then comment and tell us. We'd love to hear it.
Let us know. Who do we miss?
Today we've got some Hard Knock stuff, obviously, to talk about. And today would be Monday, so it's tomorrow's episode 2 of Hard Knocks. We'll talk a little bit about episode 1. I have a gambling question for Mike that we have to get to. Maybe some musical talk at the end of this episode. Who knows? We might get a little bit weird today. But first, our audience hates the way that I think. And that's become very apparent. Maybe not even our audience. I think it's just the general population that they just don't agree with me. Like my pop culture opinions are dog shit.
I don't think it's you being. Okay, so if we're talking about this past week, the Dreamsicle thing or the creamsicle,
we're talking about the cream soda thing.
Okay, so we put a poll up that said is creamsicle and cream soda the same thing or not? Because I said they're different flavors. Bob said they're the same.
I still think they are.
I think you're just misinformed on this one. Usually I do shit on you a little bit. I think you're wrong on some things, but this one I think you just don't know what you're talking about, and you need to give it another chance and understand that they're different flavors.
I haven't had, so I know the taste of a creamsicle. I could say I haven't had a cream soda. It's been like, I tried it once when I was like 8 and was like, this is for the birds. And then I never tried it.
Yeah, I agree. I think cream soda is fucking gross, dude. Like, I don't like any vanilla flavored drink unless it's like a milkshake. Like vanilla, when they had vanilla Coke and all that shit, vanilla Dr. Pepper, I don't like it.
So what do you think the difference is? Is it the orange and the creamsicle that makes everything different?
So it's orange. I believe it's orange sherbet or orange ice cream of some sort wrapped around vanilla ice cream, which vanilla ice cream is delicious. It's not as good as strawberry, but
gives
it's
me the
orange
sherbet. Just thinking about it.
So I think that's where you're missing it. You're missing out on the orange part of it, which makes it a different taste and makes it actually good. I like it, but I do think that our audience,
they just do.
The last 5 weeks,
the last few polls have just been bad. Let me just take a gander here because the creamsicle one wasn't the only one. It was just the most recent one. But I mean, everything that I think.
Strawberry ice cream. The strawberry ice cream.
Yeah,
you had chocolate.
That was the one before. Yeah, I just got shit on in that one. And then I lost the draft in July. Like I'm having a rough stretch here the last 6 weeks.
Yeah,
The
and we didn't put.
the strawberry one wasn't particularly close too because I thought chocolate would be the best, and chocolate was the worst. 26% of people voted for chocolate.
I mean, it's almost a. That's not close, actually.
Dude,
It's almost a third.
75-25 for the creamsicle one is a tough look for your boy.
Well, I just think like I said, I think you're just misinformed. I don't think it's the same taste. That's all. Because that was what the poll was. That's what the question was. If they were the same taste or not if they were good or not. So, because I think there would be a lot of people that don't like cream soda and creamsicles or dreamsicles, whatever they're called. But I think you just didn't know that they're the same flavor, or that you thought they were the same thing and they're not. You just thought one of them was frozen cream soda.
That's what I thought. That is what I thought. I still think it might be.
No, it's not. So,
well, we'll see. We'll see what comes up today. Maybe we'll have another poll, and maybe.
We gotta pull. We'll pull the. It'll already be done by now, but we'll pull
the jersey draft.
Pull the jersey draft and see where we're at with that, and go from there. With
maybe I can win one. So we'll get into some Hard Knocks and some training camp, but first, as always, this episode is brought to you by Rogue Creative. Shout out to John and the Rogue Creative team. Anything that your small business needs when it comes to marketing and graphic design, Rogue Creative has got you. And right now they are kind of honing in on helping gym owners. So if you're the owner of like a Anytime Fitness or a Powerhouse Gym, those franchisee gyms, they are helping with data reactivation or database reactivation, which is basically getting people into your gym, right? So if you want people that are out there right now looking for a new gym because COVID's over, they're tired of Planet Fitness. COVID's kind of over. They're tired of Planet Fitness, and they're looking for a new gym. Get these people to your gym with the help of Rogue Creative. So you can find them roguecreative.org, or you can go on Instagram and find them at roguecreative_.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Speaking of COVID.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you want to disclose your disease or?
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. This is our first COVID episode. Your boy tested positive on Monday. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Asymptomatic completely too. I was eating some tacos, steak taco. And I was like, this tastes like absolute. And I literally I was eating with my dad and Nancy, and I was like, this tastes like dog shit. And I'm thinking like, oh, the place in town, like Jalisco's. I'm like, oh, it's just it's not good today because it's been like that before. Where you're like, oh, it's not that good. But I was like, I can suck it down. They're fucking steak tacos. Can't go
authentic places have that kind of hit miss. Just because everything's so particular.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, fuck, man. I had just gotten back from a long weekend. I hadn't eaten in like 20 hours. And I was like, these tacos are going to be fucking clutch. Dog shit. I'm like, fuck. And then
what'd you have on them? Did you have some stuff on them that you like?
Steak?
Salsa?
No, it was steak, cilantro, onion, and cheese. And I think it's the
cilantro.
Well, I love cilantro usually. I have heard from other people that like cilantro is kind of like that COVID fucking, you either like it or you hate it after the fact, one or the other. So I eat it, I take a bite, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this sucks. So I throw some sour cream and some more salsa on it, take a bite. I'm like, God, this is so bad. And then my dad had a chicken taco that just had lettuce, cheese, and sour cream on it, I think. Take a bite of that. I'm like, this is fucking garbage too. So I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I feel fine, but I'm like, I don't know. We had some home COVID tests. I'm like, well, this has obviously been the big thing. Everyone losing their taste, losing their smell, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Take it, fucking double line. I felt like a woman taking a pregnancy test. And then I took another one just in case, and double line. I'm like, damn it.
Damn.
And then took a third one today to see how I'm looking. Still positive.
Still bad. Damn.
Yep. So I'm stuck here for now. Yeah. And that's the thing that's weird. It's like because I don't feel bad. I feel like I can go out and do whatever the fuck I want. Blah blah. Obviously, I'm not going to because I'm not a dick. Um, and I don't want to spread it just because I feel okay. Like I don't want to be that guy. But
Mhm.
it's like I almost want to like I don't know. Too bad. And then my knee's fucked up too, which I think I'm okay right now. But like I almost want to like go to the driving range. You know, something you can do
Right.
alone. You know, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't. But then it's like I don't want to hurt myself. So I'm like I'm just in this weird limbo. Like everything that I just have nothing I can do right now
Right.
that like I can do alone where there's no one around me. I won't put anybody in danger, but I can get out of the house. But yet then I'm physically labored,
And
or
then the first
whatever.
day your Wi-Fi was down, you were ready to jump off a
Oh my
bridge.
god. I was so upset. I was like, tell me this is not happening right now. I literally was like,
Yeah.
I go on my phone and I usually don't have my Wi-Fi on my phone because I got unlimited gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I like woke up and I don't know if this happens on your phone. I don't know how to turn it off because I'm an idiot. But like
Mm.
my Wi-Fi will just come on every once in a while. Like, if you're not on it for so long, like your Wi-Fi will just turn on if it finds like
See, I
Wi-Fi's
don't
you've
know.
connected to in the past.
I always have mine on in my house, so I don't know if like I've
See,
experienced that really.
so I try to turn it off as much as possible, but like once it like will connect to one that it's been connected to before, it'll
Mhm.
pop on. So I wake up and it's connected to it. And I'm like going on Instagram or something, and I'm getting nothing on it. I'm like, no. And then I turn like my Xbox on to see if like I can throw Hulu on or something like that.
No
It's like
shot.
no connection. I'm like, come on.
You're sitting there watching fucking Game of Thrones on your phone.
I was sitting there I was on TikTok for 2 hours and then I tried it again and everything popped back on. I'm like, all
Oh,
right, we're
that's good.
good. Yeah, it did not last that long because I was like, if this is all week, I'm going to kill somebody.
That would have
But
been a wrap.
yeah, man.
Well, good. We're glad that you're at least feeling good.
Yeah, I'm
That's all that
definitely feeling
matters.
all right. For sure,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Just a rough year for old Michael.
Dude, not that we're going to talk about my life that much, but this year was so good. Everything was so smooth.
Started off hot.
Dude, it was started off being the best. I mean, it's still top couple of years in my life. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm having such a good year, like in terms of just everything. But like then I'm like, oh, here's a fucking major knee surgery. Oh, I just had one of the great weekend. We went to my brother's bachelor party.
Yeah.
Awesome time. The shit. Next day, COVID. I'm like,
COVID.
come the fuck on, dude.
Of course.
Can't have too much fun.
No, you can't.
Excuse me. But
Every
yeah,
good comes with the bad. Speaking of which,
what's the word?
the Detroit Lions are on Hard Knocks. And the episode last night was pretty awesome. Got a lot of mixed reviews. I was all over the radio today. People weren't upset at what happened in the episode. People were upset that the episode was short. So it was only like 40 minutes. Like we started at 10, we were out 10:45, no problem, which is kind of shocking because they're all supposed to be an hour.
And these are no commercials or with ads.
No commercials. Yep.
Okay. It's on HBO.
It's on HBO Max. Yep. My biggest takeaways were Dan Campbell is as advertised. Like he is as fucking intense and as cool and as a guy you want in your foxhole as he is, like as we thought he was, but we didn't really get to see the behind the scenes. He's like that at practice every day too, which is sick. And then the coaches, like it was basically this episode was surrounded by the coaches or surrounded around the coaches. If nobody watched it, or if you happen to miss it, it was just big into Dan Campbell, Deuce Staley, and Aaron Glenn. Deuce Staley's kind of a running backs coach extraordinaire.
Deuce
Everybody knows
Staley.
if you know Deuce, if you know the NFL, you know Deuce Staley, dog for the
Yeah.
Eagles forever.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Glenn's a super cool guy too. He was a safety for the Jets, but he's our defensive coordinator. And him and Deuce, dude, were just going at it during team
Really?
scrimmages. Oh, just going at it. They're like,
I love
but
that.
their relationship's cool because when they get on camera, they're getting interviewed. They're like, that's my best friend. Like, I fucking love that guy. They say
Yeah.
that about each other. But then in the second they hit the field, it's just like, I want our team, our side to fucking crush his side. That's all he
Yeah.
cares about. That's all
That's
either
so
guy
funny.
cares about. It's so cool. It's so funny. So the coaches were the stars for sure. They did a little bit. The only player they really zoned in on was Hutch, Aiden Hutchinson, and they did that. He did the Billie Jean thing for the rookie hazing. Did you see
Oh,
that?
I didn't watch it. I saw like a blimp, like a little fucking thing on Instagram, and I just scrolled right by it. And I was confused on what it was, and then I read it, and I didn't go back up. But
Yeah.
he was like it was like in like a room, right? He wasn't outside.
Yeah, no, it was a team meeting
Yeah,
room.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay,
So it was a
yeah,
regular team meeting room with the stadium seats.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah. So what did he do?
it,
He danced.
dude, he sang and danced.
Oh
He
shit!
sang Billie Jean. Yeah, it was
I
wild.
love that.
They dropped the beat behind him and he fucking sang it. It was
Did he
crazy.
know what he had to do?
Yes, he
Okay.
knew what he had to do. He knew what he was doing. So, but he actually, when he started singing the wrong verse first.
Oh
And he
no.
goes, "Oh shit! Like start over." So they started it over for him, and then it was
Love
like
that.
slow at the beginning, kind of slow. But then once they got to the chorus, like dude, the whole team was on their feet, like everybody was screaming, like
Singing.
it was, yeah, it was so hype, so cool.
That's funny. Yeah, that
Um,
is awesome.
just good. Like it's hard to tell if the team improved from year to year because you don't see something like this every year. But I can't imagine that this team was as close during the Patricia days as they are now during the Dan Campbell days. Like this team is fucking tight, and
Yeah.
Dan's like when he talks, like he at one point he explained why they were doing full padded practices and having so much contact so late in a week or so many
Hmm.
times in a week, because I'm sure the guys were thinking like, "Fuck this! Like, why are we still beating the shit out of each other? Like, this is the third day in a row we've been doing this." And he kind of explained that to them, like why they're doing it, which I think is a huge part of communication between coach and players. When and I think that's where Dan Campbell being a former player is huge, because that okay, these guys feel like they're getting dogged right now. I know I'd be feeling like I was getting dogged right now because I played. So let
Hmm.
me explain this to them in a way that tells them, hey, all I want is the best for you guys. I just want to make sure you're prepared for Sundays. That's why we're doing this way. So everybody can buy in. Because if there's
Yeah.
no communication there, then it's just like, fuck this guy. He's the devil. Like he's making us run. He's making us kill each
Yeah.
other. You
Yeah.
know?
Definitely. Um. Does anything? Okay. So, so for the Lions,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like everything is becoming like a family, like a team, like legitimate. Like there's a real environment. There's really something there, right?
But yeah, the
Does
first time
any
in
of
my life.
does any of that get overshadowed by the fact that you have a quarterback situation going on that kind of like the Jimmy G situation? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that Jared Goff is not, well, actually, we don't know this. As of right
We
now,
think he's not the
you
guy.
think Jared Goff he has what, 1 year left on his contract or 2 years
Yep.
left on his contract?
One.
So you would assume hopefully you can find a guy in the draft or you go buy a guy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I mean, that's got to be going through everyone's head, right? Like, especially Jared Goff, especially the receivers, especially your coaching staff. Does that
Yeah,
like,
it's
I feel like that, I don't know. Like, I guess it's a business and you got to be professional and you got to just love the guys you're with when you're with them. Cause what else can you do?
yep.
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes it's like, I was just curious as a fan, like, does that make you think like maybe some of it's smoke and mirrors, or are they just like, hey, we don't give a fuck. This is our team right now. This is, whatever our team is next year, it doesn't matter. Like, but yeah, I don't know. I just
That's a
always
good
curious about
question.
that.
And I think that it depends on, I don't know, because like Jared Goff isn't that vocal.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's not so much the guys are like, okay, like we're super tight boys with Jared, like we need to buy into Jared. It's more like we're buying into Coach Campbell and we're buying into the coaches and
Okay.
the environment more so than like, I don't think they're like sitting there like, okay, like this we're gonna have no form of continuity because Jared Goff's gonna go. I think they're kind of
Mm-hmm.
excited just to be in the building and playing for the coaches. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's like something like, because like when I look at that, like, when you see it's like you see a team doing well, and I like the San Francisco 49ers are the perfect example. It's like you see a team doing well. They went to the NFC Conference Championship. Like that's the guy's no slouch. Like, but it's just like it's sometimes it's like how real is the team being, knowing that like for one, this dude's getting his job taken away from him, rightfully so. I think Trey Lance is a guy they knew that going in, but like I don't know. It's like sometimes like does Jimmy Garoppolo not he's not throwing. He's not throwing any games. Let me tell I know that. But like does he not care as much that like, oh, hey, if we lose or whatever. I don't know. It's just like I don't that's all. That was what I'm thinking of cuz
Yeah.
even though I think like Mike Shanahan like that guy, it's Mike, right? Mike?
Kyle.
Mike is the Broncos.
Mike's
My
his
bad. I'm
dad.
sorry. Yeah. Kyle Shanahan, like you love that guy, you love what he's doing, this, that, and the other thing. And I think everyone buys into that. But then it's like, then literally 1 year later, like you got Debo Samuel pretty much holding out, but he's back. And it's like this weird, like, I don't know. Sometimes that scares me that I feel like with a new coaching regime, you have to find your quarterback, I think, early.
Got
Because
to
I
be a
think
cohesive unit.
because I think that for one, without a good quarterback, you fail. I don't care what anyone says. And two, without a good quarterback, coaches get fucked because they can't do shit. Like,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, think about all these guys that get jobs and are fired after a year because, even they can have the coolest fucking system, this and everything, but all of a sudden they have no quarterback, and now Dan Campbell's fired after year 3 or 4 because they couldn't figure it out with the rookie, or they couldn't figure it
Yeah.
out with Jared Goff. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I feel like that. Like
I
that's always
think,
the back of my head.
and there's plenty of examples of that. I think Todd Bowles is a good example of that. Like everybody loves Todd Bowles around the league. If you
Yeah,
ask any coach about Todd Bowles, they're like, he's a fucking hell of a coach. But he
yeah,
goes to the Jets, they stink,
yeah,
and there's nothing he could have done about it. He
yeah.
gets canned, and now he's
I
going to be
mean,
like a DC,
yeah, exactly. Like I think even like Salah, that's there now, is in the same boat. Like if they don't figure it out right now,
Oh
like
yeah,
I know exactly. It's like
and Salah might
he,
be a really solid coach.
that's what I'm saying, but you never know. And it's like obviously Dan Campbell is. And Jared Goff is no bullshit. I mean, he is middle of the pack. I think he's better than everyone thinks he is. I think he's had weird confidence issues, but I
He
don't
was
think he's that
better.
bad.
He's better. He was so good, and he was. I mean, so good is a light term. So good for Jared Goff the last 6 weeks of the season that you're right, it's a confidence thing. If that confident Jared Goff comes back this year, then they'll be fine. Well, the sky's not the limit, but
Yeah,
if the sky is 8 wins, we go 8 and 9.
yeah,
Everybody in Detroit's happy. That's a huge step up. That's a huge win from a 3-win team last year.
yeah. I don't know. I think the Jared Goff thing too. I don't need to keep talking about Jared Goff, but I think that Jared Goff was actually a pretty good thrower of the football in LA.
Yeah,
The 1 year when they went, like, dude, like he was good. I mean, they had multiple players that had over 1,000 fucking receiving yards. I mean, and they had a sick run game. Like I know, I would say they're run first with Jared Goff. They were at least.
yeah.
Um, and he still put up solid ass numbers. I mean, I know he shit the bed in the Super Bowl, but like, I don't know where like
It's
this like disconnect was with Jared Goff though. That was the confusing part for me.
right. It was just
Like,
something happened at that last year in LA where he just like didn't have it anymore. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't know how or why. Like, there was nobody
yeah,
behind him. There was no intention on drafting somebody. Like,
good
I don't get.
receivers,
That's
good
what
running
I just
back,
don't know what happened. Great coaching stuff. Like, I don't
good
know
O
what.
line.
There had to be something that happened that it was like he kind of got ran out of LA because of something, and he started sucking. But like, there had to be
Yep.
something else behind everything
It
because
was a mental thing, a personality thing. It was
yeah,
definitely something to do with that.
yeah, just
Yep.
it's sad to see, especially because he just got paid. Like he got paid right before that, and then he's a year later he's gone.
Yeah.
Weird.
It'll
So
be interesting to
strange.
see if they do some more stuff with him on Hard Knocks because they didn't like highlight him or talk about him really at all in the
I,
first
f-
episode.
I feel
So
like he's actually kind of a character. I've seen some interviews with him, and like he's not like I don't know. He's not like a boring dude. It seems like to me. I mean
no,
I don't
I've
know.
seen some interviews. Mike Stud did an interview with him a couple years
Yeah,
ago on his podcast, and
yeah,
he's totally just normal dude. You know,
Yeah, hey
he's
Jared, if
just a
you want to
Cali
come
boy.
on,
That's what he
yeah,
is. Yeah, Jared, if you want to come on, speak your piece, we'd love to
come
have you.
on,
We'd
yeah,
love to
hundred
have you.
percent. I heard I don't know who I was listening to. It was a clip of a podcast, and I was watching on TikTok, of course, maybe Instagram, I don't know. And they were talking. There was these guys, and they were in a fantasy football league with Jared Goff, and all like 9 guys came together and were like, "Listen, do not draft Jared. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
you've seen that?
Yeah, I saw that clip. They're like, don't let draft Jared to
Yeah,
see how long he notices.
yeah, exactly." And then it was like, he's like, "Yeah." Then it was like the 7th, 8th round. Nobody picked Jared, and then someone picked someone like way down in the quarterback list, and Jared
Yeah.
finally was like, "Really, guys? Come on,
Yeah.
man."
Like, guys, I'm worse than fucking
Yeah,
like this rookie.
yeah, exactly. Which I was like, that. Oh, it made me laugh
That's
because
so funny.
hell yeah, that'd be so weird doing a fucking fantasy league with the guy that's in the league. Like that's so
Oh,
weird.
so weird. That'd be so fun
uh,
though.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, but Hard Knocks was sick. The star was Jamal Williams. I have a feeling he's just going to be the star every week. He's one of the
Yeah,
most underrated characters in the NFL. The guy is
you know,
always got a smile on his face, and when he doesn't, holy shit, he had that speech where he was tearing up because they had a bad practice, breaking down the huddle.
Jesus.
It was awesome, dude. He was pissed, and he was like literally crying at the end because he was like, I'm fucking crying for this because of this, because I want us to fucking win. It's all he cares about, which is sick. But then
Yeah,
I was at training camp today, and every time that guy's on the sideline, he's like listening to the music and dancing. I got a couple videos of him just fucking out there, just grooving and just
yeah,
cheesing.
yeah.
Such a
You gotta
cool,
love that.
positive dude.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I drop a atom bomb on on everybody so finally someone can hate me?
yeah.
I've never watched a single episode of Hard Knocks in my entire life.
What? A
Not a,
single episode?
not one episode ever.
Never?
Never. And I used to
Dude.
have HBO, like the channels and shit when they like I've had access to it for the last 15 years. Never watched a single episode.
How? How have you
Remember
never seen any of
none
it?
of them. I've seen clips here and there, especially because the internet obviously has it gotten cooler and shit, but never. Like, remember last week how I was telling you I don't know the ins and outs of sports as well as I probably should? Shit
Yeah.
like that. I'm not interested in fucking watching other teams fucking. I just,
It doesn't do it for you? The behind the scenes stuff doesn't do it for you.
it doesn't
That's
do it for
crazy
me.
to me.
I know.
That's crazy to me. I
So,
remember because I was going to ask you this too. I was going to ask you what your first Hard Knocks memory was.
I don't have one. I
None.
don't have one. None.
The first time I watched Hard Knocks was the Jets and Rex
Okay.
Ryan.
So that's
Phenomenal.
probably my, no, I think, who was it? Who was before them? Was it the Bengals or something? I
I
don't know,
remember
but
all of them. There's been so many
I
since.
think Rex Ryan might have been like one of my first memories too of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't watch any of it. I just heard all the stories about Rex Ryan being a savage.
Yeah, he's just a fat asshole. That's all he
Yeah.
is.
I love
It's
it.
perfect. Yeah, he was good.
So
That's fucking
there's
nuts.
I know there's one for the Bob team.
Yeah, that's huge for me. And there's probably a lot of shit that's universally loved that I definitely haven't seen too. So
Yeah, me too. But isn't
we'll
that I
we'll
was
find that
like,
at a later
man,
date.
when I found out that the Lions were doing it, I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about this a lot. And I was like, the first second we talk about it, I gotta preface by saying I've never seen a fucking thing.
Will you watch the first episode this week?
I will, because of this. Yes, I will.
Okay.
Just to do some homework for the fucking boys.
I appreciate that. We just want you to be informed coming in. Every week we're going to talk about this. Just fucking, it's an hour. It's not even an hour. They gypped us. It's 40 minutes.
They
Bullshit.
us. Did you know that the word gyp is actually a derogatory term? A derogatory term?
How do you even spell
I don't know.
it?
I don't know.
It sounds, if you're like, that guy's a fucking gyp. That does sound really bad.
I think it is along the lines of like you know how when people say like, oh, they Jewed you, obviously that's fucked up. Like that's not right.
Right.
I think it's
I've
along
never said that.
I think it's something to do with gypsies actually. Gypsy. And
Oh,
it's like something like you do something shady, you know, because there's that stigma around gypsy where it's like they'll steal your shit and it's something like
right.
that. So actually, when you say that they gypped us, it's technically wrong. Isn't that fucked up?
Damn.
Because it's
Yeah.
such like it seems like such a harmless word because nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about. Like if someone's like, "Oh, I Jewed me over," you know exactly what the fuck they're talking about. You know, like that's
Yep.
fucked up.
Yep.
But like when you're like, "Oh, he gypped me," I don't know. I'm just
You don't
saying,
think
isn't
about
that
it.
wild? Yeah,
I love finding out where words came from.
yeah. The more you know, eh?
The more you know. It is
Yeah.
fascinating. I have a question for you.
What's that?
So today, apparently, some guy put 160 grand on the Yankees to win.
The World Series?
No, a game today, like
Oh
against the
shit,
Mariners.
it's a bad move.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Does that ever make you think, okay, I should go either like place a bet on the Yankees or place a bet against the Yankees? Like when you hear shit like that, does that make your dick move one way or another, or is it just like I'm
No,
staying away from this completely?
the only reason why my dick doesn't move from that is because the amount of money that people have.
Mm.
Okay, look at Broccoli Rob or what is the guy's name? The dude that
It's
the
definitely
old
not Broccoli Rob.
mattress Mac mattress Mac
Yeah, Broccoli Rob
from whatever
from
whatever
Office.
yeah, same fucking thing. Uh the amount of bets that he makes at those types of numbers are outrageous, and he loses all the time. He
Yeah,
loses $3 million at a time. So when I see those bets, I'm just like, oh, this guy's got a shitload of money. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like a Floyd Mayweather type thing, where it's like, if I saw like some guy I knew that was making 60 grand a year and he put 100K on a bet, then I might be like, oh, something's up. I might ride.
right.
But when I just see like those those things you see on like like betting Instagrams and shit like that, it doesn't do it for me. I mean, I definitely will look into it, see who's pitching, if it's a crazy pitching duel or like whatever.
Yeah,
Maybe, but I would rather look at the numbers of baseball and be like, oh, hey, the Yankees are like 10 and fucking 17 in their last 27 games against a team that's pretty good right now. I'm not putting all my money on the fucking Yankees. You know what I mean? It's because Nestor
right.
Cortez is on the mound.
Mm.
So yeah, no, that doesn't do it for me, man. It's just people have way too much money. That's all there is to it.
So you're just numb to it, basically.
It's not that I'm numb to it. It's just I already bet with enough emotion of my own, you know, bias and stuff like that. Seeing that shit, you can't bet with emotion like that. With
You don't
other
need
people's
that extra
emotions.
zany juice.
Exactly. Like I'd rather bet. Like I'll bet with my emotions, but
Right.
I'm not betting with your emotions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Especially someone I don't know. But if you were like, "Hey, I'm telling you, this is a lock." If you say it, I'm riding it. You know what I mean? Because I know you, and I'm like, "Hey, let's fuck it, Broncos Nation, let's ride."
Broncos Nation.
You know what
Let's
I mean?
ride.
Like
Broncos
I
Nation.
definitely. So, but yeah, nah, fuck that, dude. Those are all just clickbait shit, and half of them fucking lose, bro. They only post it when they fucking lose. I swear. But
Dude, I feel like I haven't bet in forever. And I'm very
I
excited to kind of get back on the train here once football starts.
yeah. I've been breaking even on baseball for the last like fucking 2 weeks, which I don't hate. I mean, it's fun. I'm excited. You know, it gives me something to be like rah rah about. But also, it's
Exactly.
like I'm not losing all my money, but it's like, damn, I really wish I could just come up a bunch, cash out a little bit, and fucking But obviously, that's way easier said than done.
Bears over under 6.5.
I think they win 6. Honestly,
You think?
yeah, and
It's
I'm
just
pretty
weird
sure
because the NFC North has such an easy schedule this year.
Yeah, but
We
dude,
just played dog shit.
the Bears are bad. We have a running back. And that's it. Like that's all our offense is. I mean, Justin Fields isn't it yet. I
Mm.
mean, our defense is shady at least at best. I mean, they'll probably be okay, but six and
O
a half wins
line
is a
might
lot.
be worst in the league.
I don't think that's true actually.
No?
On paper, our O line really isn't that bad if it's healthy. It's
Mm.
probably middle of the pack, but it's never healthy, you know.
Right.
So, which but I'm just saying, like starting, first of the year type thing. You're like, oh, hey, that's a they're not the worst O-line. So, but
Yeah.
6.5, I think, is too many. I think that means if we want to win 6.5, I think we have to either beat the Lions or the Vikings twice. And I don't see that happening. I can definitely see them splitting with both just because it's the NFC North.
Yeah.
But I don't think they sweep anybody in the division, and I think that leaves them at about 5 or 6 wins.
If they were to win 7 or 8 games somehow, what do you think? Like, what would have to happen? Like, what would be the catalyst for that to happen? Would it be like Justin Fields somehow popping off, or would it be like they actually like use the right scheme? This coaching staff actually works.
I think number one is coaching.
Mm.
100% will be the catalyst, but I do think it'll be Justin Fields finding a relationship with someone other than Darnell Mooney, someone to throw the ball to and be a safety blanket that is not Darnell Mooney.
Yeah. So
'Cause
a
I do that
receiver has to step up.
a receiver, exactly, and we have no receivers in the position right now to step up. They all have
Yeah.
the opportunity, but none of them are good enough to. So
Yep.
if one of them does, that will be, I think it'll be like, oh hey, there's actually a passing attack and not like you know how it is when you don't have good receivers. Actually, the Lions always have solid receivers, but
Somehow it's weird.
yeah, weirdly somehow they definitely do. They always have solid offensive weapons. They're just
Mm.
never all put together at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's what it would be. The defense, I think, is going to do exactly what it's going to do. It's going to be middle of the pack, if not a little bit worse than middle of the pack. And I think Justin Fields will have to win some games. I think
Yeah.
that's the only way they get up to 7 or 8 for sure.
I mean, for the Lions, if we're looking at like the same question, if they were to get over 6.5, and I think they will, I think they'll win 7 or 8 somehow. But for that to happen, it's kind of all predicated on the defense. Like the Jeff Okuda has to ball this year. Marnie Owarie, our other corner, has to ball. Like our whole secondary has to be really good, and our front four have to be really good because our linebackers fucking stink, and we didn't address it at all. So it's like
Yeah.
for the Lions to take that next step, they gotta be strong on the back end because that, like you just said, we have a top 5 O line in the league. Receiving core got a lot better this offseason. If Jameson Williams plays, 12 out of 17 games, then
Yeah, you have
that's
a
going to be
very solid.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's Jameson Williams, Mon-Ra St. Brown, who caught 90 balls last year, and then DJ Shark quietly,
Garbage. Guy was garbage. We're not
who
going to
was
get into
hot
that.
garbage. We won't get into that, who Mike hates. But
yeah, DJ Chark's bad. But
and then DeAndre Swift, who people are like betting to be the fucking leading rusher this year, leading just what is it called when it's just overall yards?
What? All purpose?
All purpose. There it is. Yeah. The all purpose leader.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I did, like I said, for them to crack that 6.5, the defense is gonna have to be better. Fuck, there was something that I wanted to ask you too about the Bears. Oh, dude. Prediction here. This isn't bold or crazy or anything, but if I'm you, I'm hoping that the Bears are bad enough, which I think that they will be, to have a shot at Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
That'd be
100%.
huge to put him and Justin Fields back together.
100%. That's the guy I want. I wanted them to be able to get one of the Ohio State guys this year.
If they would have got Olave this year, that would have been nuts.
Yeah, I would have loved that. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Maybe draft or move up, or hopefully someone fell. That was I wanted bad, or I wanted an Alabama guy, which they passed up on Mechie. Ends up having cancer or whatever. But I would love that. The thing is, though, they didn't play together that much. I don't think he was still like the number 3 option on a team that had 2 All-Stars.
Yeah. Well, he was a freshman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was there.
Yeah. So, but I would love that. I think that would be an awesome move, and because he's going to be one of the best receivers in the class.
He is the best receiver.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
you never know. I'm saying You know how it goes.
This year could be crazy, but it'd have to be somebody would have to go nuts to knock him off
Yeah,
because he's a
for
freak.
sure. So I mean, like as of now, he's the best receiver in the class.
Yeah.
But I would love that. That would be fucking literally the most ideal situation. So
And I think that they'll be in a position to grab him because there's actually going to be quarterbacks this year. So even if the Bears are like 6 or 7 pick,
you still have a chance.
you got a great shot at him. Yeah, you got a great shot at the first receiver.
I'm looking at this schedule though right now. It is a joke for the Bears.
The Bears? Oh, the Lions schedule is an absolute joke.
Yeah. Let me run through this 17 games real quick, and let me tell you if I think we can beat them.
We
got 9.
Let's play this game.
You keep my record, okay? And then I'm just gonna say win or loss. Okay. Niners loss.
Okay.
Packers loss. Texans win. Giants win potentially. Vikings in Minnesota loss. Commanders. That's a close one. I like the Commanders. I don't know why I think they're good. I think they lose to the Commanders. Patriots, they lose to. Cowboys, they lose to. Dolphins, they lose. Lions in Chicago, I think we win. Falcons, that team's a dumpster fire. We beat the Falcons. The Jets, I think we lose to the Jets because we're in New York. Packers, we lose. Eagles, we lose. Bills, we lose. Lions, we lose in Detroit. And we beat the Vikings at home.
Okay.
How many wins
is
that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You nailed it.
5 wins. 5 wins, and I think I think the Commanders and the Jets are very winnable games, but I think those are 2. So, I mean, that could be 7 wins right there if they beat those guys. So, I mean, that's where my head's at. Fuck, you never know. Maybe we sweep the Lions. Maybe we sweep the Vikings. Maybe we fucking steal a win from, a Patriots team, or we steal a win from a fucking Eagles team or something if someone's hurt. But that's about where I'm at. So 5 to 7 is where my head's at.
Those 50-50 games. I think you kind of split up the 50-50 games, though.
Well, yeah, I think the Jets won in New York, and I think the Commanders
are
go
either way.
Yep. I think Carson Wentz isn't that bad. He's not good. He manages games, and they got a good defense.
Very good defense. I was gonna say, and they got Scary Terry, and they got that other dude to go with him. I think did they get Garrett Wilson? Is that who they got? I can't remember.
I don't think they got
the Jets.
Garrett
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
the Jets did.
And then Olave is with the Falcons, I think.
Olave is with the Saints.
Or the Saints, yeah. Either way, though, I think the defense for the Commanders is going to steal games just like they did all last year. And Wentz is a good manager. It's when he tries too hard is when they fuck up and lose. Like every time Wentz fucks off, that's when Indy lost last year, literally.
We were talking about Jared Goff being mental midget.
Oh my God.
Carson Wentz invented it.
The definition of, and that it's funny. That's like the same road though. It's the same path. They're like, oh, Super Bowl MVP type year. And then, But yeah, that guy is a mental midget.
Let's play this game again.
Okay.
Can you pull up the Lions schedule?
I absolutely can. Yeah, like it's honestly funny though. Like, I feel bad for Carson Wentz though because literally the whole league hates him.
Yes.
So it's like, how are you supposed to be good?
White bread.
You're not wrong, but like, how are you supposed to be good when the entire league does not believe in you? You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck. All right,
he goes out in the off season and kills birds, and then comes back and sucks at football.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
You're picking win or lose, or am I picking win or lose?
I'm picking win or lose.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't care about the Lions. All right. So week 1 against the Eagles in Detroit.
Win.
Okay, week 2 against the Commanders in Detroit.
Win.
Week 3 against the Vikings in Minnesota.
Loss.
Seattle comes to Detroit week 4.
Win.
Lions play in New England week 5.
Fat L.
In Dallas week 6.
L.
The Dolphins come to Detroit for week 7.
W.
You got Packers, Lions, week 8,
Hard
wherever week
L.
this is. Lions, Bears in Chicago.
L.
Lions in New York against the Giants.
W.
Bills come to Detroit.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Fat
Yep.
L. Eat your
Fat
turkey.
L.
Get your stuffing in. It's gonna be a
Good thing.
long day. Thank
Good
God
thing
we're
that's
12:30.
yeah. Good thing it's
Get
an
that
early
shit
game.
out of the way.
You don't gotta be hammered, all pissed off.
Yeah, no, I always get shit on at 4:00.
And
It's the perfect
then
Thanksgiving tradition.
I think you come back, and then it's the Jags versus the Lions.
Beautiful. That's a W.
Then we got Minnesota coming to Detroit.
L. We just play bad against the Vikings. Dalvin Cook shits down our throat. If he's healthy, they beat us.
And then we got Lions, Jets.
That one's in
That one is in New York also.
New York.
Yeah.
It's weird that they go to East Rutherford twice.
Both times. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
kind of strange.
They beat the Jets. The Jets are falling up. They don't even care in week 14. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't hate that. And then we got Lions go to Carolina for the Panthers.
That's an L. Baker's gonna dump it down our throats.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It's just one of those. It's one of those games where the Lions should win and they're gonna lose. That's why I struggle with the Jets game too. The Jets game makes me struggle.
I'll give you that. All right, we got 2 more. We got Bears coming to Detroit.
We win that one.
And then the Lions going to Green Bay to end the season.
Yeah, we might not score. Fat L. All right.
What are you looking at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. 8 and 9, just like I said. Potential.
So I mean, yeah. And that's not necessarily like something crazy, that's that's not you saying anything crazy. I mean, the Lions could end up being a 3-win team again.
Easily.
But from what everybody says and what you think, what you're seeing, you're like, okay, this is where we could win and where we probably should win,
Well, they were like they were like fucking 1-9-1 in 17 or in 7-point games, 1-score games.
Yeah. Exactly.
Last year, so you got to think, okay, if that record evens out,
you're in an okay spot.
You're 100%. In an okay spot. If you're winning those games in the NFL, then you're an elite team. If you're winning
and the thing is too, this year, the whole NFC North, we're going to be playing a lot of 500 and less football teams. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're going to be good in the playoffs, you have to beat those teams, but also you got to steal a couple wins from a fucking good team too,
Outside of the Bills, like I say L to the Patriots in New England, the Lions could fuck around and win that game.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
the Patriots,
Patriots, they're not like crazy anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're not crazy or anything, but then it's like the Bills, obviously we get killed by the Bills. Like the Eagles in week 1. I think if that game's in Philly, we get killed. They beat us 40-6 last year. So the Lions are pissed. Like they definitely want to beat the Eagles, and the fact that it's at home, I think that, but they haven't won a home opener in like 10 years.
Really? Holy fuck.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Insane. I mean, granted, they haven't been good, but I think the Eagles, personally, I mean, I guess this isn't saying anything crazy, but I think the Eagles are my pick to win that division. Like, I think it's going to be like landslide this year. Like, I think it's going to be not as even as it usually is.
You think?
I think they're good, man. I think they're getting better. Like, I think
they're
Jalen
good
Hurts
too,
is
but
becoming a legitimate quarterback.
I think they're equally as like, I think they're equally as much fuck ups, as Dallas and as Washington too. I think Washington could fuck around and be really competitive in that division.
Well, they keep going out and getting quarterbacks that I feel bad for the whole Ryan Fitzpatrick thing. That sucks.
Oh yeah.
But like, it's like, then you go get Wentz. It's like, why not go get anyone else? Like you see what he did. He obviously flopped. He shit the bed in the most important game against the worst team in the league last year. Yeah. Why do you go get that guy? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that was a crazy move. I think they're going very laterally when it comes to quarterbacks, where it's like, fucking let Heineke start.
What is your division pick then for like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the North?
In the North, I'm gonna say Philly, Dallas.
No, in the North.
Oh, in NFC the North. I'm so sorry.
Yep. I'm sorry. I pivoted too hard.
I'm gonna say I'm going to say Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago, but I think Detroit and Chicago might end up with the same amount of wins.
Yep. Okay. I would have had it the same way.
I just can't write off Minnesota yet, man. Like they're
No.
still the same team. Like they're still good, you know.
They're gonna be okay as long as they have dumbass Kirk, Dalvin, and Justin Jefferson. Like their defense
100%.
is gonna they're one of those teams like we talked about last week.
I was just gonna say
defense
that.
is always good.
Always
Doesn't
a solid
matter.
defense. Yep.
Yes.
100%.
It doesn't matter. Like their defense is always gonna be okay. It's gonna
They'll
be
win
interesting
8 or
though.
9 games.
Yeah, they will. Forever until we're dead. They'll win 8 or 9 games.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see though how they like cope without Mike Zimmer, just because he was there for so long.
That's very
but
true.
it'd be so weird to see the Vikings like at the bottom of the division with like 2 wins.
Yeah, I would love.
I don't think we've ever seen that in our lives.
No, it's definitely
they've
been
never
a while.
been dog shit, you know.
See,
so it was
that's
Dante,
like one of those,
Culpepper, and then it was Favre and Case Keenum.
Yeah, well, they had like a Christian Ponder and like a fucking one black quarterback, number 7. I can't think of his name. Tavares Jackson. They had that little thing there too, but like,
and even those guys somehow survived. Like they're above water because they had Harrison Smith and Anthony Barr and all these crazy assholes.
And Adrian Peterson too.
And Jared Allen. Like they're
exactly. Yeah, they always just were good. I'm pretty sure Darren Sharper was on a couple of those teams too.
Oh, I hate him so much. I fucking hate the Vikings a lot.
But anyways, man, let's move on from this subject. We can talk about the NFC North all fucking day. What else you got for me here, Bobby?
We're getting to the end here, and you had something that you wanted to talk about, so I think that we should jump in here. So tell me, elaborate here.
Well, it's not really to elaborate. It's just the fact that so Olivia Newton-John, Sandy from Grease, died, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you know
how old was she when Grease was going on? Like when they made
Grease was in what, the fucking 60s or something?
Is it that old? Or is it perceived to be that old?
Yeah, that's good.
Jack, look that shit up.
That's a good question. So she died at 73. I need you to be my mathematician here.
June 13th, 1978. That's when Grease got released. Yep.
So, I mean, what is that? 22 plus 22, that's 44 years ago.
Yep.
And she was 73 when she died.
Yep.
So she was 30.
Okay.
31, roughly. So, but like,
I didn't know this. I didn't know this about you.
Oh, I'm a big Grease guy. Fuck
yeah,
dude. I think Grease is the best musical ever made.
Big Johnny Travolta guy?
I mean, pre like Scientology John Travolta and shit.
Yeah.
Grease, yes, big Grease John Travolta guy. 100%. Yeah.
Like, I mean, John Travolta too, dude. Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3, him and Denzel. One of my favorite movies. I fucking love that movie.
I mean, and like fucking Pulp Fiction and like he's in.
I never saw Pulp Fiction.
I just recently saw it for the first time in full. Like,
was it actually good?
4 years ago. Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, there's just so many hitters in that movie too. There's so many good actors too. Like,
right.
But I actually, so someone like posted like a Olivia Newton-John fucking status or like a story, and I was like talking shit. I was just like, oh, fucking big Grease fan, huh? Like this, that, and the other thing. And then she's like talking shit back. And then like 4 hours later, I look and I see another post and it's like R.I.P. And I was just like, I messaged this bitch back and I'm like, you didn't tell me she died. Like, I didn't know she fucking died. And she's like, do you think I just post Grease fucking stuff all day? And I was like
yeah. So you got into her DMs and was like, oh, big Grease guy, eh?
I'm grilling her about this.
And she wasn't just going to be like, yeah, she's fucking dead. That's why I posted it, asshole.
And I was like, because I'm a Grease guy too. So I was like, yeah, I love Grease, blah, 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 you know? But I was also grilling her, like, because I was like, oh, really? Like, multiple Olivia Newton-John fucking posts in the same day?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you idiot, she died. And I was just like, so you were just going to let me go on thinking that I was just being an asshole.
Spin Zone, shout out to this chick that you were talking to for being so nice and being like, I could easily shit down this kid's throat right now, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let him be.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh. But what I was going to say is, Like, is there a better musical? Honestly,
There's some good ones out there, man. I'm a
and
big Phantom of the Opera guy,
oh, I've never
which
seen Phantom of the Opera.
was
Everyone says it's phenomenal. That
it
was
was
Hugh
so
Jackman,
good.
right?
No, it's
Or he was in Les Mis, I believe.
I think it's
Isn't it the guy that played
Gerard
in
Butler.
300? Gerard Butler, yeah, the guy that played in 300, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah, yeah.
Emmy Rossum who played what's her face? The lead chick in Shameless.
Oh, okay. So some,
Yep.
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things, and I think so. Gerard Butler, if I'm not mistaken, also plays in the one that is Panic at the Disco does a cover of the song. What is it? The Greatest Showman or
The
whatever. The
Greatest
Greatest Show.
Showman.
Yeah, that. So I watched that with the Kuyavas, and I started crying. Like I was tearing up because that
Was
that
that
shit
good?
was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was like, dude. So Gerard Butler's just a fucking G. What I'm trying to get at more so than anything.
Oh yeah. I like that one. I like Phantom of the Opera. I like Little Shop of Horrors. I don't know if you've ever seen that musical, but it is phenomenal. Very
No,
good.
I've never seen it, dude.
The Addams Family is sick.
What was the one with Johnny Depp? He was the barber, the demon barber of fucking Fleet
Edward
Street.
Scissorhands.
No, goofball. That's
That's Johnny Depp, though.
Yeah, it is Johnny Depp, but it's not the right one.
You said the barber. I was like,
the barber, not the fucking dude with the hands. What the fuck? Oh, Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd.
Oh, Sweeney Todd. Yeah.
Sweeney Todd was super duper good. I love that
Was
one.
it?
That's yeah, dude. That's like top 5. I also like the movie's just good.
Whenever I think of Sweeney, like Andy Bernard ruins.
Yeah, all day.
And you just think, it's our second Office reference today.
Yeah, you just see Michael Scott fucking walking in with balloons. You brought balloons to a fucking play. But so did you know? Are you a Grease fan?
I've seen Grease once.
Oh my god, I can't be mad at you because I'm so bad at seeing movies, but that's just such a classic fucking movie that but you know how like at the end of the movie they're like in the car and they like fly off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
They're like in the actual clouds. You know, there's like conspiracies that like they actually died in a car crash and this was like all just like a dream.
Ooh,
And
I love that.
They were actually dead like the whole time, and like that's why they floated up into heaven or some bullshit like that.
It's so funny how just the smallest scene can like create that conspiracy. Like if they would have just fucking drove off on the road and like into the sunset, nobody would have said shit.
Not a damn
the
thing.
fact that the producer and the director were like, let's put these motherfuckers in the clouds.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, they're dead for sure. Like that was the whole thing. Like now it's a psychotic thing.
Yeah.
Inception all of a sudden.
Yeah. That's like what's the Wizard of Oz when they're like, oh, if you play Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd backwards, like it links up fucking perfectly. Like, who's got time for that?
Get the fuck out of here. First of all.
Yeah.
I'm looking through some musicals here. The Producers was good. I don't know if you ever saw that. No, that one's on Netflix. I'm in High School Musical. Excellent. What's
the one that everyone's ranting and raving over nowadays? Oh, Hamilton. I haven't seen Hamilton. Everyone says it's really good though.
Hamilton was good. Like the performances were good. It was just the music didn't really catch me. Outside of the King, who is played by the same dude that plays Olaf. He's a super popular actor. Or not Olaf. He plays something in Frozen. But that dude knocked out of the park. Like his songs, I still listen to all the time from Hamilton. Yeah. The King's songs, they're sick. But yeah, dude, I'm just not. I want to be a bigger musical guy. Like if I went to New York, I'd want to see a musical. Like on Broadway.
I agree.
I'd go out of my 100%. Way to do that for sure.
I agree. But I just hate the fucking that like the old schoolness of musicals. You know what I mean? That's why I like Grease so much because it was like modern day shit.
Yeah.
This whole like fucking king and queen bullshit. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me.
That's why the South Park is so funny. Because
Yeah,
they're like, dude, they're just like regular dudes, like
yeah, that is true.
like
The
Rogers
Broadway
and
Brodown,
Hammerstein, and
yeah, and
and
Elton
Elton
John and
John,
shit,
yeah,
fucking Sondheim and shit. That is true because they gotta be right, or are they just weirdos? Are they just weirdos? Like I don't
See, because
know.
it seems like Elton John's not just like a weirdo. Like he's almost kind
Yeah,
of like. I mean, obviously he's like extravagant, but like the way
of
that they
course.
portrayed him, even in the movie that they did about him, like he was a relatively normal person. He was just caught up
Yeah,
in shit.
yeah.
You know.
Los
I wonder
drogas.
how you like. I was thinking about this the other day for some reason. How do you like start writing a musical like your own just out of nowhere? That's
Yeah,
got to be so fucking hard. Like writing a movie is easy.
yeah.
Writing a
'Cause you just have an
musical with
idea.
song and song and
Yeah.
song, that's so hard. There's no
Exactly.
way.
Yeah, you're writing a movie but with music instead, where it's like, what?
Yeah.
That's like when Charlie writes the Nightman Cometh or whatever.
Yes.
And they're like, why are you writing a musical? He's like, no reason. They're like, nobody writes a musical for no reason.
No.
Like there
Nobody writes a musical, period.
yeah, I would imagine trauma has to be the only way you write a fucking musical. Like there's no way you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
want to entertain the masses, so I'm gonna write a musical. Like just
Right.
I mean, I don't know, that's funny.
Are there any positive musicals? Is Grease positive?
I think Grease is overall positive. Yeah, I think it's about summer love, which is a
Yeah,
phenomenal song and a phenomenal musical.
you're right. I guess. Yeah. I
I,
guess High
I
School
think,
Musical's positive.
yeah, I think they all kind of. A lot of them have okay
It's
messages. I
definitely a
know.
lot of up and down, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's a lot of
That's kind
yeah,
of their thing.
exactly. Yeah, but I don't know. I just thought it was funny that I didn't know that she died, and I was sitting here grilling this person, being like, "Oh yeah, fucking big big ONJ fan, huh? Like what the fuck, you loser."
I can't believe that she was just like, that's kind of spin zone again, an even more fucked up way to do it because then you figure it out on your own and then you feel bad later. You feel
Yeah,
even worse.
I know. I literally it was like 4 hours later, and I was like, I find out that she died. They're like, "Oh yeah, such a great talent," blah blah. And I was like, "It's like, man, is she like in another movie or something? Like, did they? Is she in something?"
Right.
Nope, dead.
Nope.
And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Hey, thanks for telling me, asshole." It's like, where were you on that one? Like, what
We're
the
already on
fuck?
that one, asshole.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Do you count like they got like the new Beauty and the Beast on here? Do you count that as a musical?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. See
Yeah,
if that's like if that counts as a musical, down. Like
yeah.
I'd go see Beauty and the Beast on Broadway in 2 seconds. That'd be so good. You know every song.
hmm
When the
My,
pots and pans start getting after it, I'm all about it.
I don't know if the Book of Mormon is musical, but if I were to go to Broadway, the first two things I would see is the Book of Mormon and Jersey Boys. Just because I love Frankie Valley and obviously I love South Park and shit. So
Yeah.
those would be the first two for sure. Uh,
You're unbelievable. I just think of the other guys when I think about Jersey Boys. How was the show, boys? It was
so
incredible.
you totally
You
undersold it.
totally undersold it.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I
that's
was
fucking
very much
funny.
looking forward to more water.
Oh man. But
Good stuff. Well,
yeah.
we're at an hour.
Yeah.
I think we packed a lot in today.
Yeah, I don't know how we got all that in. I don't know
I
what
don't know how
we
we did
talked about.
either. We got the poll in. We got Hard Knocks. We'll post. We're gonna have to post these predictions so we remember them. That way we can go back and say, okay, we were fucking idiots here.
Yeah, that's
When the
fair.
Lions get spanked by the Jets and the Giants in New York,
Yeah,
and
no shit.
I got egg on my face. Uh, yeah, so we'll post those. Obviously, you guys will be seeing the uni draft by now. We'll already have that poll out. But yeah, I think that's it. We'll get Jack back next week. probably. Maybe he'll be sitting right next to me, but have a good week, everybody. Enjoy Hard Knocks episode 2. We'll all be watching, including Mike, and we'll talk about that, recap it next week. And we love you guys, and like I said, have a good week. Later.
Goodbye.